What if I told you the only thing standing between you and the life you want is you? Welcome back to Simplified Whispers. Today, we're diving into The Mountain Is You by Brianna Wiest, an incredible guide to understanding why we sabotage our own happiness and how to break those patterns forever. This book isn't just motivational, it's transformational. It helps you realize that your fears, limiting beliefs, and emotional wounds aren't enemies. They're signals. And once you start listening to them, you can begin climbing your own mountain and finally become the person you were meant to be. Chapter 1. The Mountain Is You. In Chapter 1, Brianna Wiest explains that the biggest challenge we face in life is often ourselves. The mountain we must climb is made of fear, self-doubt, limiting beliefs, and past wounds. Self-sabotage, she says, isn't about being lazy or weak. It's an unconscious attempt to stay safe and avoid discomfort. We resist change not because we can't do better, but because part of us feels safer with what's familiar. Until we understand and address the deeper reasons behind our fears and behaviors, we remain stuck, repeating patterns that keep us from reaching our full potential. The chapter also explores how real change begins at rock bottom, the moment we realize we can't live the same way anymore. Wiest encourages us to stop living in denial and take honest responsibility for what's not working in our lives. By writing down our problems and acknowledging them, we begin the process of transformation. Growth requires sacrifice, letting go of old habits, identities, or relationships. It's not easy, but necessary. The mountain we face isn't there to block us. It's meant to shape us. In climbing it, we discover strength, clarity, and self-mastery. The goal isn't to conquer the mountain, but to become the person who can. Chapter 2. There's no such thing as self-sabotage. In Chapter 2, Brianna Wiest challenges the traditional view of self-sabotage by saying, it doesn't really exist in the way we think. What we call self-sabotage is actually our subconscious trying to protect us. Every habit, even destructive ones, serves a purpose. Whether it's procrastination, avoidance, or fear, these behaviors are meeting unspoken emotional needs like safety, control, or approval. When our conscious goals, success, love, growth, clash with unconscious fears, rejection, exposure, failure, we get stuck. To overcome this, we must stop trying to push through and instead ask, what hidden need is this behavior fulfilling? Wiest explains that self-sabotage is not a sign of weakness, but an intelligent response to past experiences, beliefs, and emotional wounds. For example, someone may avoid success because deep down they associate it with isolation or criticism. These conflicts hold us back, not because we lack motivation, but because part of us believes success is unsafe. The way forward is not willpower, it's self-awareness. We must identify the real fear beneath our actions, rewrite limiting beliefs, and align our conscious desires with our subconscious patterns. True transformation begins not by fixing the symptoms, but by healing the root cause. Chapter 3. Your triggers are the guides to your freedom. In Chapter 3, Brianna Wiest reframes the idea of emotional triggers, suggesting that instead of avoiding them, we should treat them as powerful tools for growth. Triggers are emotional reactions that seem intense or disproportionate to a situation. They are not random. They're deeply tied to unhealed wounds and past experiences. When something triggers you, it reveals a part of yourself that needs attention, compassion, and healing. Rather than blaming the person or situation, ask, why did this affect me so deeply? Your reaction is often a mirror, showing what inside you still needs care and understanding. Wiest emphasizes that freedom comes when we stop being afraid of our emotional reactions and start learning from them. triggers offer the chance to examine what beliefs or pain are buried beneath the surface. The more we bring these wounds into the light, the less control they have over us. By facing our discomfort, we gain clarity, emotional resilience, and deeper self-awareness. Every time you get triggered, you're given a choice: react blindly, or pause and learn. The more often you choose healing, the more emotionally free and empowered you become. In essence, your triggers aren't your enemies. They are your greatest teachers. Chapter 4: Building Emotional Intelligence. In Chapter 4, Brianna Wiest emphasizes that emotional intelligence is not just about managing feelings. It's about understanding them, learning from them, and using them to grow. Many of us are emotionally reactive because we don't know how to sit with discomfort or process emotions in a healthy way. Emotional intelligence involves the ability to recognize what you're feeling, why you're feeling it, and how to respond thoughtfully instead of impulsively. It means not being ruled by anger, fear, or sadness, but using those emotions as signals that guide you toward healing, boundaries, clarity, and aligned actions. Wiest explains that emotional intelligence is learned and built over time through self-awareness, reflection, and compassion. It requires facing your emotions rather than avoiding or numbing them. For example, instead of running from anxiety, you explore what it's trying to tell you. Over time, this reduces emotional overreaction and builds confidence in your ability to handle life's challenges. People with high emotional intelligence are not those who feel less. They are those who understand themselves more. By developing this skill, you stop being a prisoner of your emotions and start using them as a compass toward growth, peace, and meaningful change. Chapter 5: Releasing the Past. In Chapter 5, Brianna Wiest discusses the importance of releasing the past to truly move forward. Many people stay stuck because they are emotionally tied to past experiences, identities, or pain. Holding on to the past, whether it's regret, resentment, shame, or grief, prevents healing and growth. Wiest emphasizes that releasing doesn't mean forgetting or pretending it didn't happen. It means fully feeling, processing, and then letting go of the emotional weight. Often, we cling to the past because it's familiar or because we believe it defines us. But in truth, our identity is not fixed. We can choose to evolve. Wiest encourages readers to forgive themselves and others, not for their sake, but to reclaim their own peace. Releasing the past involves acknowledging the pain, understanding its purpose, and consciously deciding not to carry it any longer. When we let go of what hurt us, we make space for what can heal us. You can't build a new life while dragging the baggage of the old one. True transformation happens when you stop living through past pain and start showing up in the present. Freedom begins when you stop identifying with your wounds and start choosing who you want to become. Chapter 6: Building a New Future. In Chapter 6, Brianna Wiest explains that once we release the past, the next step is to intentionally build a new future. This process requires clarity, vision, and conscious effort. Many people remain stuck because they haven't clearly imagined the life they want to live. Without a vision, we end up repeating the same cycles. Wiest stresses that creating a better future begins with changing how we think, feel, and act on a daily basis. It's about forming new habits, making decisions aligned with your future self, and practicing consistency, even when motivation fades. Wiest also highlights the importance of identity shifting. You can't build a new life with the mindset that created the old one. You must start showing up as the person you want to become, even before it fully feels natural. This includes setting boundaries, choosing growth over comfort, and believing that you're worthy of the life you desire. Building a new future doesn't happen overnight, but every small aligned action brings you closer. The key is to live intentionally, step by step, and allow the vision of your ideal life to guide your choices. You're not just changing your future, you're becoming the version of you who can live it. Chapter 7. From self-sabotage to self-mastery. In Chapter 7, Brianna Wiest talks about the transformation from self-sabotage to self-mastery, emphasizing that healing and growth require consistent awareness and action. Self-mastery is not about being perfect. It's about learning to observe your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors with clarity and choosing responses that align with your highest self. The journey begins when you stop letting unconscious fears control your actions and start living intentionally. Instead of reacting based on past wounds, you pause, reflect, and decide consciously. Wiest reminds us that self-mastery is a daily practice of choosing growth over comfort and courage over fear. She explains that true change happens in the small, everyday moments, when you choose to speak kindly to yourself, set a healthy boundary, or show up even when you feel unmotivated. Self-mastery is about discipline, emotional regulation, and the ability to sit with discomfort without running from it. It's also about replacing destructive habits with empowering ones and rewriting your internal narrative to reflect who you are becoming, not who you were. Over time, these new patterns become your new normal. As you take ownership of your choices and responses, you reclaim your power and begin to live with intention, peace, and purpose. If this summary helped you understand yourself a little better and made you feel like it's finally time to climb your own mountain, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Simplified Whispers. We're here to bring you powerful book ideas, simplified into life-changing lessons. Let me know in the comments, what's the mountain you're ready to face? And if you want more summaries like this one, check out our playlist, insert playlist link, for more mind-opening books that help you grow into your best self. Thanks for watching, and remember, you are the mountain, and you are the solution. See you in the next one.